Man, you gotta understand that a lot of our problems really just come from what's inside. The fact that we don't have that much to pull from, right? Whenever you're in that in between phase of, I know what I need to do, but I haven't started it yet, you're prone to feeling very depressed because you're looking around at, damn, I have everything I need, but I just don't have it in me to actually start and put it in fruition. Why? Why? And you're gonna go through that mental battle of being stuck, knowing good and well that you don't want to live the life that you're living right now, but you just don't have the motivation to get up and put the work in. And it starts from the way that we talk to ourselves, the way that we look at ourselves. We start to have thoughts that we shouldn't have, suicide thoughts, things that would seem irrational. The younger us would never think that we would think that way, and now we think that way. We don't have the motivation to do what needs to be done simply because we're just not disciplined, right? And you have to understand that the reason why you feel the way you feel is simply because you're doing what you're doing. What do I mean by that? The reason why you feel depressed is because you haven't started yet. You haven't started your journey. You have the potential in your hands. You have the technology. You have the equipment. You have the phone battery. But you just can't get over yourself to do it. What will it take, right? What will it take for you to do what needs to be done, right? This is what you have to ask yourself, because it is hard at times. But it's imperative that we understand that we're the reason that we're in this position. You can't help the situation you was born into, whether you was born with leverage, whether you was born with parents who was able to give you something to pass down, or whether you was born with nothing, struggling in the ghetto or something, in a ghetto, right? But it's up to you. It's your responsibility of what you're going to do with those pieces, right? Yes, it's hard for people with my skin color especially to get it out the mud, right? Well, if you can see one person do it, that should give you hope that you could do it too. Yes, it's going to be hard, but you've seen somebody else do it, and why can't you? It's in some people's book of life to just never do it, to never get it done. You know, it's some people's book of life to work hard in the wrong areas. But the reason why you're feeling depressed is because you're in that in-between. I was in the in-between. I knew what needed to be done. I knew I needed to work on my portfolio so I can apply for schools and jobs. But I just wasn't doing it. I just didn't feel like doing it. I was so stuck in the mundane, not the gold Cybertruck. I was so stuck in me just doing what I was doing that it was hard for me to come to terms with what I needed to do. And where I'm at now, I understand that my problem was really just me the entire time, right? It was just me the entire time. You know, it was hard for me to get over myself, right? It was hard, not the gold Cybertruck, but it was hard. See, I had to see that. This is what I'm talking about, bro. Motivation, bro. You can't fake that. Hold on, bro. Bro, I don't even know if y'all saw it, but a gold Cybertruck literally just drove by, bro. Man, look, I'm finna get him on video. Gold Cybertruck whipping around. I don't even know if y'all see it. Let me put the camera like this. That's crazy. But I'm telling you, bro, as I'm just talking about that, I just seen the motivation right there. You know, Mexican dude had his girl in the passenger. She was staring at a brother heavy though. But who am I? You know, I drive a Honda. But I'm just saying, bro, like, the reason why you feel depressed is simply because you haven't started yet. And it's up to you to start. Let's make sure I'm recording, right? Yeah, 4 minutes in. Boom, they go to Cybertruck right there. There they go right there. Y'all see that? We see the shine that much? That's crazy. But I'm telling you, the reason why we feel depressed is simply because we haven't started yet. But we don't have the motivation to start, so we stay in that funk. We stay in that loop, and it's hard for us to get up out of it. You know what I'm saying? But it's our duty to get up out of it. You know how many brothers just wish they had someone that could help them? Someone that they can lean on? Some people don't have family, bro. And so why wouldn't you feel depressed? You have to understand the fact that some people feel the way they do based off their situation. So it's easier for someone else who has more to be like, oh, I would never do that. But how do you know, man? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to really humble yourself and understand where people are coming from. But if that is you, you have to understand, bro, you have to start. Because once you start and that discipline starts to kick in, you're going to be so busy throughout the daytime that it's going to be almost impossible for you to give up. It's going to be almost impossible for you to feel depressed and lazy because you're so busy. You know, a man with no purpose is going to be depressed every time. A man with no purpose is going to be depressed every time. And it's up to you to get out of that funk. I'm telling you, only you can get you out of that funk. There's nothing that I can do. My videos can push you to a certain point. Maybe you come across this video and it pushes you today. It pushes you tomorrow. It pushes you for a month. But there's going to be a day where this video ain't going to be enough. I'm not going to be enough. You know what I'm saying? Of course, God is waiting on you to call on him, but you don't recognize that. So you looking for somebody else on this world to help you out, right? Why can't you be the person to help yourself out, right? You'll feel depressed until you start. You'll feel depressed until you start, right? And you have to start, you have to begin, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here sweating. I just made a promo video for my first poetry slam. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here sweating, drawers wet, still finna go read at Books A Million. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on my purpose, right? I'm on my purpose and I'm chasing my purpose. I'm getting ready to do something that I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to feel depressed. You know, just last week, I was feeling very melancholic. I felt like I was struggling with melancholy in my mind and my situation. But now I'm at a point where it's like, man, fuck it, man. It is what it is, bro. At the end of the day, I still got to get up and punch that clock and put that work in. But I understand what I have to do, right? And it's just a timeline of me just chasing, and eventually it's going to be easier. I should have took the tab off this. Ain't no free publicity, but I'm underground right now, so it is what it is. But I'm telling you, man, like, it's up to you to really help yourself get motivated, right? I can't do it for you. People on YouTube cannot do the work for you. You know what I'm saying? And you understand that. That's also probably why you feel depressed, because you feel like you struggle in your life and it feels like life keeps caving in. You know, niggas dying, family leaving, girlfriends breaking your heart, people cheating on you, your homies sliming you out. Your homies ain't really your homies, but these are the things you have to go through. Get done with that out the way. You know what I'm saying? God wants you to get that out the way first. Cause imagine being a rich man going through that. You're gonna crash out. You're going to jail. Imagine being a rich man and you 30 going through your first heartbreak with a woman. She cheat on you. Oh, you gonna kill her. Somebody getting got. Excuse my French. Cause you haven't built that mental fortitude in your younger days. I'm not urging people to go out there and just experiment with women. That boy hard. I ain't saying to go out there and experiment with women in your young days. I'm not finna encourage y'all to practice adultery. But I also understand that if you can go through certain pains when you're younger, it's gonna make it easier because you're gonna be more numb to it as you get older, but in a healthy way, right? You're not gonna be ignoring your feelings. You're just gonna understand what that feels like, and when it happens again, it's gonna be easier for you to deal with it because you've learned how to deal with it. Your pencil's already sharpened, right? Okay, we 8 minutes in, but I'm telling you, it gets easier when you continue to look at life through the lens of I'm almost at the point where I feel like I'm gonna receive the fruits of my labor, right? Day by day, you're getting closer. Just understand that day by day, you're getting closer because you're still here, so you have a chance. It's hard for us people that are in the in-between, you know, even when you're in the grind and you're in your discipline, you feel like, okay, I've even become jaded to the fruits of my labor. I'm looking for more fruits. You know what I'm saying? I've been eating apples every day. Now I'm craving some grapes. Where are my grapes at? It feels like every day I'm putting in work, but it feels like I'm moving in the same place. You know what I'm saying? But understand you're getting closer and closer. And let's say you're working so hard in the same area that you're not growing. You know, you're about to reach a plateau. Once you understand that, you're going to also learn and search how to escape the plateau. So now you've already been through a plateau, and now you're learning how to get out of the plateau. That's another thing that's going to be accounted towards your growth. That's also, so if you're also shifting from your mind from being jaded to something, and you're also learning, trying to teach yourself how to find your love and your passion again, that's another path of your life that you're about to embark on for the first time. So if that happens again later on, you know how to deal with it because you dealt with it now. Everything you're going through now is going to make it better for you later. Because if you was to go through it again later, after you already went past it now, you're going to be more accustomed to it. right? And now you could probably help somebody else. If I'm going through something for the first time and somebody asks me advice, I may not know what to tell them. I may not know what to tell them, right? But had I put the work in, I stayed disciplined, vigilant, diligent, and I allowed God to come in and work through me by me applying myself to him, watch how fast I get about that funk. And that same person, maybe somebody else, maybe someone who I may meet in the future, may ask me for help upon that certain situation, and now I can tell them. Hence my whole YouTube. You go back to if you go on my page and click videos and click the tab that says like filter, like popular, oldest, newest. If you go to my oldest video, my first video, it's like day one semen retention. And I started my YouTube to help me be accountable with my porn addiction. And where I'm at now, I haven't even turned on a porn website in 3 years. Now I got people asking me questions about it. But in the beginning, I ain't had that much to tell them, right? I felt like I was being a hypocrite. Now it's easier for me to talk about those experiences because I've grown from that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point of this video. You have to grow from that. But you don't know how to grow from that because you're so used to the life you're living right now. You're so used to being in your funk. But you have to understand, once you start, you're not going to feel the way you feel now. I promise that. It's going to suck the first day. Damn, like first day doing 100 push-ups. Fuck. You're going to be sore. You're going to be thinking, bro, how can I do this every day? Right? Then the next day you do it again. The third day you do it again. The fourth day you do it again. The fifth day you do it again. Sixth day you do it again. 7 again. Back to week 1. That's week 1 is out the way. You're going to be looking at it like, dang, I did a whole week of this. Wow. Let's see if I can go for 2 weeks. Let's see if I can go 1 more day. And as you keep doing that, you're going to realize that it becomes a routine. And you're going to search for new goals and new heights. Before you know it, you're already in the middle of your purpose. Before you know it, you don't feel depressed like how you thought you was always going to feel, right?